Hello, hello. Certainly hello to everybody on replay, everybody on live. Nobody's watching yet. So you've always got a little backlog of 10 or 20 seconds of people browsing on Facebook and see that you're live. Now, look, I'm making the mistake. Now, I've got my new camera. I'm looking down at myself on the screen. So I'll endeavour to do the polite thing and look at the camera. A little bit later today, it's just the day's been so beautiful that we went out and had a lot of fun. It's absolutely gorgeous today, so we made the most of it. Lots of playing with horses in the arena, out for ages actually. Make hay while the sun shines. I hope everybody's well. So the reason why I wanted to come on today is because I had a really good couple of conversations which were very revealing, and I just thought I'll just bob on quickly, even though it's not my usual time, and just share those with you. So I had a conversation that said someone was saying that they're really struggling getting on with their horses because of the time of year, because of the excessive weather conditions that we've been having. If you're looking on a replay, of course, that could be any time. So we're in February 2020, February 2021. It's been bucketing down, lots of floods around the country. And actually, we're not in February yet, 10 days before February. So it's wet, it's dark, it's cold, it's muddy. And this particular rider was saying that they've got a long way to go. The muck heap is over there. Of course, there's mud in between. It's taking forever to muck out. And just generally that extra struggle that you get in the wintertime is just slowing things down enough that the jobs never seem to finish, and she never seems to get on with the riding and the bite sizes that she's got planned. Now, I expect that quite a lot of people watching this video can really gel with that at the moment. I know I certainly can. So, as we were having this conversation, she also mentioned that, you know, it's not all bad. We are about to enter February. You can just start to notice that there's a little bit of sunlight in the mornings and a little bit, very little bit of extra light at the end of the day. You can just start to notice that. So it is getting better, but for the moment it's pretty disheartening, and you can't get on with what you want to do as often as you'd like. That's fair enough. And this is the thing. It is disheartening. At the same time, there is encouragement in the light. Now, the light coming up in the morning, because it's getting a little bit lighter in the morning. If we project forwards to the summer, when we'll all be having a great time, that little bit of encouragement gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and the disheartening gets less and less and less. But at any given moment, they're both there. So if you focus on the encouragement, fair enough, you're not getting what you like done now, but given that you're projecting into the future, you could start something now to make that future the best that it could be. It could be the smallest thing. A great example, this particular rider I was talking to follows natural horsemanship and is quite interested in doing a Pirelli course sometime in the summer. So it would be entirely appropriate if you just have time to do some carrot stretches, then that would set you up. You know, it's only a tiny thing, but it would set you up, and you would be already taking advantage of the encouragement of the time that's coming. The weather is going to get better. The ground is going to get drier. We are going to have more time. And I've already started the carrot stretches. That means come the summer, I'm going to build and build and build. That's your bite-sized step. So disheartening is there, but encouraging is always there. And you can also take advantage of that tiny little bit of encouragement to think, I'll just start those carrot stretches in anticipation of things getting better. That's how much it's worth focusing on the positive, even when the positive seems quite little. This is the interesting bit. I then went on to have a conversation, a separate conversation, with somebody who is working within the COVID industry. Obviously, they're absolutely rushed off their feet. There's not a lot of time for horse riding. So, whilst there's no horse riding going on for this rider, there is lots and lots of COVID-related work. She's rushed off her feet, of course. She's had to step up at work and take on more responsibilities and all the other aspects of making this happen. And obviously, working to that intensity is very disheartening. And I had the same conversation. It's like, well, there will always be a bit of encouragement. Where's the bit of encouragement? And the bit of encouragement was that she was quite enjoying some of the extra, not responsibility, but responsibility. She'd moved up, and part of that moving up a level was quite nice to have that advancement and progression. I just realised I haven't said hello to anyone yet. Hello everybody, hello. Thank you for joining at this weird time. So there was the encouragement that there was an enjoyment of some of the aspects of her new responsibilities. So I applied the same thing. Moving into the future, the COVID situation is going to change and a kind of normality is going to return. So moving into that future, what would you like to take advantage of? And she said, well, I am quite enjoying aspects of these new responsibilities. And when the COVID pandemic, lost a bit of connection there, don't know why. I'll just recap. When I said, what's the projection into the future that you could enjoy about this? And she said, well, I do like certain parts of the responsibilities that I've got. And when we get to the point where the COVID pandemic is under control, in whatever way it is, I wouldn't like to lose these new responsibilities that I've enjoyed. So I said, well, here we are now when disheartening is quite large. But we're going to go to a future where the disheartening has faded and the encouraging has gone forward. So what can you do now that can make sure that you take the most advantage of when situations improve? And she thought a bit and she said, well, I could start putting in steps to let the upper management know that I am enjoying these new responsibilities. And for myself, I'd like to implement a program that makes sure that when we get to that brighter future, I'm in the best position possible so that I can continue to enjoy this higher level of responsibility and progress in my career. Super interesting, nothing abnormal about that. But at both points, there's disheartening and encouraging. And the more you focus on the encouraging and put in the bite sizes now, you may have no time and have to do carrot stretches with your horse, or you may have no time for your career, but you could do the equivalent of a small thing, just bearing in mind what you would like to do, just little conversations with these people or those people to make sure that you maximize the better times that are going to come. So the reason why I bobbed on was to say two things. Firstly, focus on the encouragement even when it seems small, because things are going to improve. And secondly, isn't it interesting how my conversations were the same whether we were talking about horses, weather, COVID, or careers? Isn't that interesting? How you can take a set of principles and apply it to yourself, your personality, and get the best out of any situation. There is always another way to look at the world. There's always another way to look at the world. So interesting. If you've got one area of your life where you're confident, I'm confident in horses, you can then apply those skills, that positive thinking, to another area. I know that a lot of my clients aren't confident in horses, but I also find that they are confident in some other area, and you can bring that confidence to horses. It's so interesting. Anyway, there we are. Thanks for listening. If you've got any comments, please put them in the comments. If you've got any questions, pop them in as well, and I'll see if I can answer them on the next episode. Thanks for listening.